Welcome y'all to what we like to call the CFB Enthusiasts. My name is Jimmy, the host. I got my boys here with me, Pat and Jacob. Pat and Jacob, go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick.
I'm Jacob.
Nice having y'all on, man. Appreciate y'all, guys. We are in a group chat, and who came up with the CFB Enthusiasts?
I think I did. I think I called it that just one day randomly because we were always talking about college football.
Yeah, you made it rambly one day, and I was just like, "Oh, that's kind of unique, you know." So, I guess that's gonna be the name of the show that we do, y'all. Obviously, everything college football we talk here. Um, just to give y'all a brief rundown, I'm a Texas fan. My name is Jimmy. I am a Texas fan. I was from Austin, and you know, been UT, bleeding burnt orange till I die. Pat is a Oregon Ducks fan, and then Jacob is an LSU fan. So that's kind of the breakdown there, y'all. You know, three pretty good teams. So we all have even more investment into college football than probably other fans. But today, for the first episode, y'all, I do wanna touch on the biggest takeaways from this past week, week 5 of the college football season. I want to talk about the instant classic that was Georgia and Alabama, the crazy game that was. I want to talk a little bit about the Matt Sluka situation at UNLV, the NIL saga, give some picks for the week, an upset of the week, and closing it off with how each of us feel about our respective teams. So starting off, we're going to go with the biggest takeaway from week 5. Pat, I'll let you start. I'll let you start this one off, man. What's
With
your biggest
the
takeaway
Bama and
from this
Georgia
week?
game,
The biggest takeaways.
for watching that Bama Georgia game,
Okay.
started out, Bama came out firing, started out hot, 21-0. And I told him, I was like, well, I don't know what. I think somebody, when y'all said there goes Kansas, a Cinderella season, talking about the Kansas game, and I was like, well, there goes Georgia's
Oh,
Cinderella season just for that. But they came back. It was a good fight, but I do remember we were talking about our predictions for the game in the chat. I talked about how the Jalen Milroe and Ryan Williams connection was too much for Georgia in the end. I saw that nasty spin move.
whew.
Well, I yelled so loud, slow motion series in slow motion, and the freshman scoring the touchdown. I will get back to him later. I think we'll talk about him. I talk about him later uh, in another category, but it was a crazy game. It was an exciting game to watch. The season's just getting started.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get crazier.
Jacob, what's your biggest takeaway from this week?
My biggest takeaway from this week is probably that BYU, I think, is the best team in the Big 12.
That's a good one.
You meant like from the whole week. I thought we were talking about the Bama Georgia game, like the biggest takeaway.
Oh yeah, for the whole week in general, and then we're touched specifically on Georgia, Bama.
Okay. Well, then my bad.
Yeah, it's that BYU is the best team in the Big 12, and that Kentucky's a force. They're gonna they're gonna beat some people.
Or is Ole Miss just overrated?
I
Ole
don't
Miss
know.
is overrated.
I think a little bit of both. Kentucky almost beat Georgia.
Yeah, they have a good defense.
They do.
Yeah, a little bit of both, huh?
Brock Vandagriff,
Man,
Gavin Winston at the quarterback.
Well, and Brock can run. His were a big factor Saturday.
Well, yeah, but so is Gavin Winston. Rutgers transfer. He runs a lot. He comes in.
Gavin, yeah, he played a big role.
He can
He
actually run.
fumbled, and then
Yeah.
Ole Miss caught the fumble and scored the game-winning touchdown.
No, Kentucky did.
I mean, Kentucky. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it fell
Yeah.
into the tight end's hands and it fell. I think it's crazy. But my biggest takeaway, I guess, for the week is that I still think Arizona's going to win the Big 12.
That's fair.
The Big 12.
Yeah, because they beat Utah pretty easily.
Yeah.
I know they'll have Cam Rising, but
Big 12 is a shit show, man.
Bro, the Big 12 is
Yeah,
no.
they're just gonna eat on each other.
Yeah,
They're gonna eat on each other the whole season.
they're only
Yeah.
getting one team. Like,
But one of them getting in the playoffs regardless of the record, so that'll be interesting within itself. See who
Yeah.
gets in.
I think my biggest takeaway from this week, it really, especially watching the Georgia Bama game specifically, it let me realize just how important the regular season still is in college football.
facts.
Now, whenever the 12-team playoff did come about and, we're talking about it, I'm like, okay, I had the mindset of, okay, like, the regular season's not going to matter. Like, Ohio State and Michigan can go 11-0, and then that last game of the season doesn't really matter. But, I mean, it kind of really does just because Ohio State, Michigan, for example, you win that game, you go into the Big Ten championship game, probably knock the other team out, and then you put yourself in a position to where you can get an automatic, bye in the first round of the playoffs. But going back to the Georgia Bama game example was that with Georgia losing, yeah, you can see it from the standpoint of, okay, it's one loss, they can still definitely get into the playoffs, like no doubt about it, but you make it tough on yourself because one, there's no more divisions,
Right.
and two,
Right.
you're just playing a tougher schedule, so you're not dodging some of these teams that you've probably been dodging for a while in the SEC East. So they have Texas coming up, they have Ole Miss coming up, they still got Tennessee coming up, and it's not a guarantee they win any of those games. So you know what I mean? There, I don't think it will happen, but there is a stronger possibility now that Georgia can miss the playoffs than before, even though there's more spots. If you think about it from a strength of schedule standpoint. So the margin of error is still dwindling down for sure.
They can't
With the
slip.
loss. Yeah.
Especially because they still play UT, like you said. I think UT beats them. I don't think UT doesn't lose a game. I don't think all year.
Yeah, you think so?
And I saw that gives Georgia 2 losses.
Yeah.
UT and Bama play,
No.
then I think UT and
Man.
I don't know. I think so. I think UT goes to the SEC title game because back to the Georgia, that gives them 2 losses. Tennessee and Georgia play. I think Tennessee can beat Georgia.
Ooh.
That
Yeah.
gives them 3 losses, and Tennessee and the SEC title game versus UT.
Huh?
If they beat Bama, winner of Bama and Tennessee will go to the SEC title game versus UT.
That's fair. I
You
mean,
see the UT in either Bama or Tennessee?
Yeah, winner of that game.
Okay.
I think the SEC still gets 5, possibly 6 teams in the playoffs. Just because. No, it's just because. Think about it. Like, if you have 4 or 5 2-loss SEC teams, they're in. I mean, it's just it's the strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Like they may lose 2 games, but look at their who they beat and their quality of wins.
Bama, Georgia, UT, LSU.
I mean, you got Ole Miss in there.
They're gonna lose like 4 games. 5 games.
I mean, I'm just talking about the
Tennessee,
quality.
those are the 5.
Yeah, Kentucky's good. Just like I'm not saying Kentucky the playoffs. I'm just saying if you look at the end of the year,
they're good.
how many of those teams in the top 25, and that just makes your schedule stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so so there's definitely going to be a lot of jockeying for position here these next couple of weeks. Obviously,
100%.
these next 2 weeks, October 12th and October 15th, are ridiculous with the games.
I said PTO for that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, shit, I don't blame you.
I can't miss it. Oregon plays Ohio State.
Ooh,
LSU
man.
plays Ole Miss in Death Valley.
LSU, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
OU, Texas,
OU,
Georgia,
Texas.
Bama, Tennessee.
Penn State, USC.
Penn State, USC. Man, yeah, there's
Are you going to the
games in these next couple weeks, but yeah, that was my biggest takeaway from week 5. biggest takeaway from Georgia Bama, because that was a super weird game where you
Where,
saw kind of the best of both teams and you saw the worst of both teams.
yeah.
And you rarely kind of see that within one game. And we kind of saw that, the first half Bama obviously dominating. I honestly thought it was gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, I've never seen a Kirby Smart defense look like that in the first half. I've never seen it.
It's the Jalen
And,
Milroe effect. It's those mobile quarterbacks are a difference maker, man.
yeah,
They have. Yeah, he is. He's crazy. And Tommy Reese as offensive coordinator. That was a good hire from
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm obviously as an Oregon fan, he beat us twice last year, but I guess because of that in that game, I'll say it. I'm sold on Caleb. He just he just wins.
yeah. Man,
Yeah,
but
but
what are y'all's biggest takeaway from that game specifically? That was a weird game, but that ended up being
what?
one of the greatest games we've seen.
Right. That game was. I think my biggest takeaway is kind of simple for me. Those Bama and Georgia are the two best teams in college football.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Even with
I
the
know,
flaws, even with the flaws you saw from both teams, the
even with the
glaring flaws
flaws,
you saw.
because Georgia started out with a lot of flaws on defense, and it was 28-0 halfway, or 28-7, 28-0, whatever, halfway through the second, and then they shut them down for 25 minutes. So I feel like they made the adjustments. Ryan Williams just made a better play.
he has
I
four.
mean,
He has 14 for 462 yards and 5 touchdowns.
yeah. I mean, any
14 catches for 462 yards.
yeah.
Man,
Is insane.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I know y'all are Texas and Oregon guys, and I hate to say it, but I feel like those are
Yeah.
the two. To me, they're the two best teams in college football.
So they would both be LSU.
If I'm unbiasedly, yeah, they would.
I wish I could say the same, but I think Oregon beats everybody
Oh, that's fair.
unbiasedly.
That's fair. You give me Oregon and Texas, and to me, that rounds out the top four teams in the country. So
you think those are the top four?
I do.
I'll take it. Hold on.
Yeah,
I
okay.
do. I do. I really do. I've seen enough from Texas to be sold on them. I was. They were for me. My biggest thing was the players that they lost, but I feel like they've replaced them, and it's been fine.
Yeah, yeah. For the most
I
part,
mean,
I think depth wise, we're at our absolute best.
Yeah,
Even probably even more so than last year. We didn't have at
I
the
agree.
top end talent at some positions, but our depth I think is better than what it's ever been.
Yeah,
So we're definitely in that mix of Georgia, Bama,
I
um,
agree.
throw Oregon in
especially at
there.
the
Probably throw
quarterback
Tennessee in
position.
there, depending on how you feel about them.
Who?
Tennessee,
Who?
is that what you said?
Tennessee. Yeah, they've
Yeah,
looked good. They've looked really good.
Josh Heupel
Yeah,
ring
but
the offensive
that
yeah.
line,
defense
and Mika,
But
that
has
defense.
the
looked
defense is
good.
what's winning me over with Tennessee
Yeah,
because
they've
we
looked
saw this
good.
offense 2 years ago and they're ranked
Yeah,
number one and all of that, and then they played
look,
Georgia and they got destroyed. So
James
I know they have.
James
I know they have
Pierce
James Pierce. Yeah, the
is
defensive end.
insane.
yeah, insane.
I don't really know anybody else on their defense. They do have Dante Thornton at receiver. He's from Oregon. He transferred there.
But
He's a wide receiver too.
moving on to the Mass Lucas situation at UNLV. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's
bro.
after 3 games or so. UNLV is one of the best group of 5 teams. Comes out and says, "Hey, there was a fulfillment not,
Yeah.
made to me since I've been here, and this is why I'm deciding to redshirt and enter the transfer portal." We don't really know all the details yet, but there was some type of promise that was broken. Obviously,
Yeah.
um, what are y'all's? How do y'all feel, and what have y'all seen as far as news pertaining to this situation?
I just saw. Yeah, but he was saying that he was promised what, like 100K,
Yeah.
and he didn't get it. But then his old coach at Holy Cross saying he would never he didn't go there for the money. Like he had bigger
Yeah.
offers to go to other places, but he chose not to. But I mean, I don't think we'll ever know. Maybe I just it's a, my I think obviously there's no regulations on it, and I'm okay with the whole NIL and everything, but I feel like there has to be was not the schools because the schools can't mandate it, but the boosters or whoever's paying has to be held accountable to actually get them their money if they're promised that. If you're promising me you're going to give them their money when they get here, obviously it's not the school giving them, so they can't do anything about it, giving them the money. But he got to save a season because he entered early, but redshirting early enough, so it sucked for him and it went down this way. But I mean, it's just an interesting situation.
Yeah.
To me, the one thing that sticks out is so Dave Portnoy was talking about with Michigan how he said
Oh, I saw that.
he would pay $3 million to get them a quarterback.
Yeah.
The crazy thing with because the NCAA put no regulations on the NIL, and to me that was the mistake, like first and foremost, and that's what started it all. But he said that he would pay $3 million to a quarterback to come to Michigan. The crazy thing about that is he could literally contact them, pay them through Barstool, and the school has no say in that.
Yeah.
Like Michigan has no power with anything to do with that. That's all between.
No, that's okay. I'm just
I
saying
know. I'm just saying
they have to be held accountable to pay them the.
right.
I'm not. Yeah, I
But
agree with you
but
there.
because the NCAA set no regulations on it, I mean it's a
But
free for all.
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
It really is like
Not if you're a UNLV
these.
fan.
That's okay. It really is like these rich schools. Their boosters can just
Yeah.
be playing NCAA, bro. I'm gonna go get this guy. I'm gonna go pay him to come here.
Yeah.
They can just build their team.
I mean, I think it's one of these things to where obviously you can pay anyone to come to your school or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think coaches and these teams are so desperate to acquire as much talent as possible. They're willing to say, "Hey, I'm going to give you this amount if you come here. I'm going to give you this amount if you come here."
Yeah.
That they don't even check in with the collectives to see if that is even possible to be fulfilled.
That's
I think they're just
yeah.
making these promises right
That
up
makes
front,
sense.
knowing that. I mean, not knowing that. Hey, maybe these boosters and these collectives aren't even in place to give you that 100K or
Yeah.
500K or
I
whatever
didn't
it is.
think about that. Yeah.
And so I feel like whenever these kids do get to campus and they're expecting what what was promised,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, that's
Where's
kind
my
of I
money?
guess kind of how I've understood it so far.
Yeah.
And it really sucks because, like you said, there is no regulation to it. So, and then it doesn't help either if you have like a shady representative agent or whatever the case that that's in it for themselves more than the best interest of the player.
They
But
do have agents. I forget
yeah,
about that.
Like
yeah,
one thing that I saw with the agent is that Sluka had committed to UNLV, and after he signed, then he hired an agent.
What?
After he signed with you,
No,
yeah,
yeah. I'm just
like
saying,
after
like,
he signed with UNLV,
what?
then he hired an agent, and then the
after the
agent would make it.
fact, really?
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I
Yeah,
guess it kind of makes sense now.
yeah. I I like the NIL though. Like, I'm a fan of it. Yeah, as exciting, every off season we're gonna see transfers. I'm a fan of the transfers too, but I don't understand guys that enter the portal like now in week 3.
they're saving the red shirt.
Yeah, but you can still practice and not enter the portal.
They can still practice it. They can still be around the team and be in the portal.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
they can be around the team. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I thought they entered the portal like that's it.
Like they're done because
Under your
I
jersey.
figured that's why
Yeah,
I
that
put
would
it
make
here.
sense.
I was talking about how why would you enter the portal? Just take the red shirt. keep getting keep getting live practice reps, and then enter the portal after the season.
I mean, I get it though from a coach's standpoint. Like, if you're ready to leave and transfer, then there's really no point for you to be around.
Yeah, all in or all out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally just you're gonna I mean, you're gonna be a distraction. Like that, you're either
Yeah,
here, focus on us, and if you don't want to be
Yeah,
here, then see ya.
that is very
we'll
true.
just cut
Yeah.
out. We'll just cut out the part of what I said. I agree with that more. But you said something about Lincoln Riley the other
Yeah,
day.
Lincoln was talking about the portal. He said he thinks the best way to just do it is you get 5 years. Like, once you commit and play college football, you get 5 years. The only way you get extra eligibility is if you have two season-ending injuries, then you get one extra year.
Yeah.
And if not, then you just get 5 years to play.
I like that. I like
Like,
that a lot.
no red shirts, nothing. You just get 5 years.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, senior.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that a lot. Plain and simple.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. That way you don't have to worry about red shirting and transferring to a new school and all this stuff. You just play.
but yeah. Honestly,
Like you can play out the
Yeah,
year,
because
and it doesn't affect your.
exactly your eligibility.
eligibility, yeah.
I like that. That's fair.
Yeah, I definitely like that. But that's a recap of week 5 and what we thought. So what we're gonna do now is do week 6 picks. We're gonna do normally we're gonna do 4 to 5 games that we'll pick from. We'll keep track of who picks who and who has the better record out of us.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
we'll pick 4 or 5 of the biggest games of the week, and then we'll have our upset of the week. We can see we're gonna see if someone gets that right every week. So going down the line here, we not the greatest slate of games this week for sure.
Yeah, I saw that. I was
But
looking at
it,
the
it
game.
is it is definitely a precursor to what we're gonna see the following 2 weeks. So I guess I'll take it. But one thing I will say about college football, the weeks where it's like, okay, the games aren't that good, the craziest shit happens.
Facts.
So this does not surprise me one bit if something crazy happens this week. So 4 games here that I have listed out that we're going to go ahead and pick. Number 9, Mizzou goes on the road to number 25, Texas A&M. I want to start this one off just because this one does go hand in hand with my upset of the week. Uh,
Yeah.
with how Missouri's been looking so far this year, I don't like it. I
Same.
don't like it. They've been in a couple of really tight ball games. Ball games they probably should have lost, especially that Vandy game. The kicker missed a field goal at the end, and then I think they turned it over in overtime,
Upsetting.
whatever it was. They're pretty much they're definitely the weakest top 10 team,
Oh,
probably outside
100%.
of Michigan. But
They're still top 10.
Missouri's 9. Oh,
yeah,
Michigan's 10.
Michigan's 10, I believe,
Yeah,
and
they are. Yeah,
Missouri's right at 9. They should have lost that game to Boston College. They scored like
they should have.
24 straight
Yeah.
points, whatever, to win that game. So nothing from Missouri this season suggests that they have been a top 10 team. This ranking comes from last season and how they finished and beating Ohio State and all of that. So nothing they've done this year for me constitutes them being a top 10 team. They're a little bit overrated in my opinion. Um, Texas A&M, it's probably more talented than Missouri for sure. Not a better coach team right now. I think Marcel Reed is still going to be the quarterback moving forward, right?
Yeah, he needs to be.
Yeah.
I hope so because I picked A&M as well because of him. So
Okay.
I hope he's starting.
I mean,
I think he has a little bit of a different style. He likes to run the ball a
yeah.
lot. They use quarterback run way more than with Wegman, and going at Texas A&M. I know they're just Mizzou's just coming off a bye week, but I'm not sold on Missouri at all. I'm taking Texas A&M in that game.
I am too.
I have A&M as well
Yeah.
because of Marcel Reed and like you're talking about, he brings a different dimension to the game that Weinman didn't, which is big with Ruben Owens out. I don't honestly don't know who their running back right now is,
Yeah.
which is good. He's a good passer. He's a good athlete, all around
Oh yeah, for sure.
quarterback. That's why I think he's a redshirt freshman, a young guy too, and just keep getting better. But yeah, saying I'm not sold on Missouri either. That's why I took A&M over them as well.
Is anyone high on Missouri at all?
Nah,
It seems
I'm
like no
not.
one is. I think
I'm,
I
we
don't think
all
so.
know what they
but
really
I
are.
don't know. Just Missouri's defense has played well though.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I'm gonna have to be the only one here that takes Missouri. It's okay.
Yeah, that's Kyle Field is as hated as A&M is on, as hated on as A&M is.
Kyle Field's hard.
Kyle Field is still a hard place to go and play.
I
Yeah.
just think
The atmosphere is insane.
I think Brady Cook is battle tested in the SEC, and I think Missouri has more experience in games like this on their roster than A&M does.
Fair.
But on the way to get experience is to play in the games. So that's not a knock on A&M, but I think I'm gonna take Missouri.
Okay. You think it's close?
I do think it's close.
Okay. Yeah,
You said Missouri?
I take Missouri.
that's
Yeah.
probably. I think that's the only. Ranked
Dang.
matchup this week, actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I didn't
Isn't
notice
that where
that.
game day's at? Is game day going there?
no
No,
game
it's at Cal and
on
Oh
Miami.
yeah, it's
now.
at Cal Miami. Oh, Cal and Miami.
Cal Miami. Yeah, that's a weird. But
That is a very weird one.
Yeah.
so game 2, SMU, the
Mm.
newcomer to ACC, goes on the road to number 22 Louisville, who just lost to Notre Dame this last week in a pretty close game. SMU just beat the brakes off of Florida State. No surprise. Um,
Yep.
tell me what you think about this game, Pat.
I have Louisville over SMU. Um, I didn't watch much of the game last week, but I do know Notre Dame is a good team. So I want to highlight SMU. The quarterback play is shaky for them.
Yeah,
Kevin Jennings, a new starter. Uh, Louisville's still a good team. Coach Wise is too. They have a good defense, I believe. Uh, and I think Tyler Shuck is a good quarterback,
your boy.
talented quarterback. He is. He's from Oregon. We beat him last year at Tech as well. Um, but he's good. He's talented. So I think in the end, he's too good for SMU in their first game in the ACC.
Okay, Jacob, what you think?
I'm taking SMU because of Kevin Jennings. I think Kevin Jennings has brought a spark to that offense. Especially the last two games, especially against TCU and Florida State, and I think
Yeah,
they got that momentum going, and the offense is hot. And in this day and age in college football, I hate to say it, but offense wins games, man. But defense still wins championships.
And that's the defensive coordinator,
The
but
defense still wins championships. But I
S-
gotta take SMU. I
SMU.
do.
Okay,
On the road, first ACC game. Shoot.
man, I think I'm gonna go with Louisville in this game. I think it's going to be a lot closer.
oh
Probably Louisville thinks. I think
yeah,
SMU is going to come in there and like probably be up early or whatever the case may be. But I think Louisville just probably having more depth, more quality depth at least. It's going to propel them in this game. They're at home as well, bouncing back from that loss at Notre Dame. So I think Louisville wins that game in a pretty close game. Next game up, Iowa going on the road
Oh, brother.
to number 3 Ohio State. So honestly, I'm pretty sure we all have Ohio State here.
I would. This is probably one of the biggest Iowa advocates I
Yo,
ever
I
met.
have Ohio
Really?
State. I have Ohio State.
Just
I have
making
Ohio
sure.
State.
Okay, okay,
I
okay,
think Ohio State beats the brakes off of them.
okay.
Yes.
Beats the brakes off them. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Like a
I
like a
mean, no, I
like a
wouldn't say it like
like
that,
a
but
57 to like 17 game or something like that.
yeah,
Oh, so
that sounds
Iowa
about
gets
right.
15 points.
Maybe. Maybe.
I would say I don't know, probably get 6.
I think
Yeah.
I think Iowa is. I think Iowa's going to present some challenges from the standpoint of Ohio State hasn't seen a defense this
That's
good,
true.
so they're going to have some stuff to actually like work through and figure out. So they might have a couple drives early on. Will Howard probably looks shaky, or the receivers can't just get open, or
It
whatever the
is
case may
Will
be.
Howard.
It is Will Howard.
I forgot all
Somehow he
about
still
that.
trust him all the way,
I forgot.
but
I might have to switch my pick, man.
Okay.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
just kidding.
bad.
But the blowout, I don't know. It may be like a 30 to like 13
Yeah.
game.
yeah, I think Iowa's defense is going to be a good challenge for Ohio State, and Ohio State's going to learn a lot about their offense this week.
Yeah.
They haven't, they've been playing a preseason schedule as far as I'm concerned,
Oh yeah.
first month of the year. So this is their first half a test. So we'll see a little bit about that, but like you said, Jacob, I do think Ohio State beats the brakes off of them at the end of this thing. Probably something like a 42-6.
That's the exact score I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm probably the biggest Iowa hater you're ever gonna meet.
I know.
I'll never buy the hype. So yeah, I think 42-6. Their offense is terrible. But it'll be good as an Oregon fan. We get to see the coaching staff gets to see a week before they play us with their actual offense, hopefully, versus a good defense.
Yeah, for sure.
They can prove for that. I hope Will Howard has a smooth game, and his first shaky game is next week. Because he's been pretty efficient, I think, most of the season. So hopefully
Well, they don't really stretch the field either.
he hasn't had to throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're taking a lot of those. They have a lot of explosive plays this year, though. I think
They
a
do.
lot of big runs from Judkins and Henderson, and a lot of
the running
like
game's been
slants and goes from Smith and other guys.
Jeremiah Smith,
And
he has what?
when you have those
He has over 400 yards as well receiving.
and when you have those playmakers, you don't have to take the deep shot. Just get them the ball in space.
And Mika,
Yeah. Future Cowboy.
Yeah.
Parnell Tate. Got a lot of talented guys on that
You
offense.
said Tate Martell? Bro, he's gone.
Tate Martell, man.
Tate Martell. Flashback, bro.
Whew.
He went to UNLV, didn't he?
What is he? I wonder what he's up to now.
Who knows? He's probably like a influencer.
Probably
I
chilling.
don't know. He would have made a lot of money.
Man,
I don't know. I wonder why he hasn't tried out for the UFL.
Because he's not good. I mean, he's an athlete.
Yeah, bro.
he barely played his whole career in college.
Yeah, he never.
Yeah,
Like at all, like anywhere.
He went from Ohio State to
Miami as a receiver. No, he went to Miami as a quarterback. Did he?
And then he moved to receiver to play on the field. And then he went somewhere else.
Then he went to a new UNLV.
Oh yeah, but I thought he went to a fourth school in between Ohio State and Miami.
I think he retired after that.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Christian Borman guy. He must have been a good enough QB. I mean, he was obviously a 5-star, but
he was
not behind him. His backup, he's a 5-star. He played receiver. Dorian Thompson-Robinson was one of his best receivers.
DTR.
And he played for 2 years after Tate Martell graduated.
I mean, he was good in high school. He was on that QB1 show.
Yeah. Dorian Thompson Robinson. He's a dog too. He's nasty at UCLA. He's on the Browns?
Wow.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he is.
Play football.
Yeah. How did we get on Tate Martell?
You said somebody's name that it sounded like him.
Carnell Tate.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Wow. So okay, I'm on Tate Martell's Wikipedia page. I'm on his page,
Yeah.
and I guess he got offered a scholarship really young. He got offered a scholarship,
Didn't
but
Lane Kiffin offer him?
huh?
Didn't Lane Kiffin offer him? No, who?
I
No,
I
no,
don't
that's not
know,
right. Never mind. Disregard what I said.
No.
but I do see he drew attention from the coach of Washington at the time, Steve Sarkisian, who Martell
Sorry.
originally committed to play for.
At Washington. Dang.
But
Oregon.
Steve left that year to go to USC.
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 Yeah,
Oh, that's when he got drunk, right?
yeah,
Stop. Yeah, that is when he got drunk.
I'm sorry.
yep.
Yeah.
uh,
Dang.
okay, clean sweep, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tate Martell, number 8 Miami goes
Ah, yeah.
across the country for no reason to play at Cal.
It's a conference.
To play at
Oh,
Cal
yeah.
at like
That's a
10:30
crazy
p.m.
thing. Yeah.
I saw their equipment truck is only halfway there.
It left
Yeah,
yes. It left yesterday.
Poor guy, bro.
it'll
Girl
be
rather
it'll
than
be
driving.
midnight local time when they're playing in Cal. So,
Yeah, because Florida's
uh,
ahead too. Yeah. It'll be 11.
Oh
It'll
god, bro.
be 11 o'clock there. Because the game's at 9:30. Yeah. It'll be 10:30 kickoff for like the players. That's crazy.
No, it'll be 11:30.
that's crazy.
Yeah, 10:30 here.
Oh, you're right. It is
Oh,
at 11:30
it'll be
It's
kickoff.
11.
11:30 going on midnight.
It's
Yeah.
11:30. Yeah, bro.
No, kickoff's at 9:30 here, dude.
No, it's not, dog. If it's 8:30 there,
It's not.
if it's 7:30 there, it's 9:30 here.
Exactly. So it's 10:30
2
kickoff in
30
Miami.
here,
That's
so it's
that's what Jimmy said.
so it'll be what
No.
10:30 local, whatever.
10:30, 10:30 in Miami when they kick off. Yeah,
That's insane.
that's crazy.
But
That's how Oregon was last week versus UCLA.
so Miami obviously had a game they probably should have lost last week at versus Virginia.
Virginia Tech.
Crazy ending to that game as well. They obviously survived. Fell in the rankings a little bit, but now they go to Cal. Before I get score predictions, do y'all have concerns about Miami moving forward in the ACC?
No,
I don't think so.
just because
They got Cam Ward.
the ACC to me is one of the probably like the third out of the Power Four best, and I think Cam Ward is good enough to not really struggle in the ACC.
Mm.
Their defense, yeah, I'm not sold on them, but I think Cam Ward's good enough. Xavier Restrepo.
Restrepo's good, really nice. Yeah.
If they can score 40, they give up 35. They give up 50. I'd say they'll score 50. I think their offense can carry their defense in the ACC.
Yeah. You know who can keep up with that offense? I think.
Clemson.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Clemson's still the best team in the ACC.
Clemson
Cade
is growing on me.
Klubnik.
Yeah.
Cade Klubnik
No
looks
one's talking about them,
They're not, but they're.
but
I mean,
they're playing a game.
yeah, they'll be a top 4 seed because they'll win the ACC.
As goofy as Dabo is, he's a good
Oh,
coach.
he's a great coach.
He's always gonna have. He's funny. He's always gonna have his team ready. He's a funny guy, bro.
Yeah, I think Clemson, honestly, if I say it like this, if Clemson and Miami played tomorrow, I'd pick Clemson.
Me too.
Honestly, I could say the same.
What was that?
I could say the same. I would probably take Clemson just because their defense.
It's funny we're talking about the ACC. That's where my upset pick comes from later.
Yo.
Ooh.
Do we all have Miami?
I do.
So I think Miami does go to Cal and take care of business. I think Cal has a pretty good defense. to be able to present some challenges, maybe, but
Yeah.
nothing on the offensive end to even keep up with Miami. And I think Miami, with Mario Cristobal, they're going to be really locked in and tightening up the screws. Uh,
Mario.
so they learned a lot from last week, and I think they're going to tighten up the screws at Cal. I think they win that game pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think Miami wins, but I think last week and these next 2 weeks are big because it was Virginia Tech, Cal, and then Louisville because they haven't really played many people. So these next 3 weeks are huge.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think Miami wins. I think if it's a close game, Mario will find a way to screw it up like he always does. But they may still pull it out like they did last week. But I have Miami winning.
I think Miami wins 41-17.
Blowout, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was good,
Cool.
but I don't think they can stop their defense. I'm stop Miami's offense.
So upset of the week. My upset of the week, I'm gonna go with A&M beating Mizzou. That's my upset that I got for the week. Do I have anything else I was considering, guys? Y'all know one upset I was considering for the week,
Which
but I
one?
didn't pull the trigger on it. Is number 4 Tennessee's going to Arkansas?
Ooh.
I saw that. That was
I
intriguing.
yeah, I think
I
that could
don't.
be a tougher game than Tennessee probably thinks.
I just think Sam Pittman's a horrible coach.
Really?
No, but like the fans and the alumni and like some of the players, they don't like him. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think Arkansas is kind of bad, but like you said, that could be a trap game because it's still an
That could
SEC
be a
road
trap
game.
game.
Yeah.
Like
Former UT
they're feeling good
quarterback.
about the OU game. They just came off a bye week. They're feeling
Mm-hmm.
good about themselves. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Arkansas
Arkansas
won.
has the former Arkansas has the former OU quarterback the former quarterback Jaquindon Jackson at running back.
Running back, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
pretty good
nasty.
actually at a running
He
back.
was he was good at Utah. He excelled at Utah. So he rotated with yeah, he's been good. But I think Tennessee ultimately wins that game.
Do y'all have any other upsets of the week?
So there was the one that I was considering that I decided not to go with was Tech over Arizona. I think that could be one, but my upset of the week. Sorry, was that going to be your upset?
Well, no,
My
Arizona's a Big
upset,
12
my
champion.
upset of the week is Duke over Georgia Tech.
Yo, Malik Murphy.
Duke's a 9-point underdog. I think Manny Diaz has that. They got that team. He's got that team playing well, and that defense looks good. But it's Manny Diaz, so that's what you'd expect. But I got Duke winning that one. I think that was also a good hire. I mean, that was a very underrated hire.
Yeah.
I forgot he was there till I saw him talking after the game.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. And they have a good quarterback.
Yeah, Malik, he's been
He's
playing
been
well.
very efficient for them too.
Yeah, I think he's top I think he's top 5 in quarterbacks in touchdowns.
That would make
That
sense.
makes sense.
He has 12 touchdowns this season.
Dang, yeah, he does. He's got 12 passing. Does he have any on the ground? No, he has none.
None.
My upset of the week. Don't remember what number they are. Uh, but it is. Oh, I think number 12 Ole Miss goes into South Carolina and loses
Ooh, they lose
back
at
to back weeks.
Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know if
He is. He's back.
Lenore Stellars is healthy.
He's
I'm just
back.
saying, either
He's
way,
starting.
healthy or not, Robbie Ashford wouldn't beat Ole Miss regardless.
No.
The former Oregon
Oh,
quarterback as well.
you're not
He's been
hiring
good
Ole
for
Miss,
them.
huh?
I think they have a really good offense.
The defense played well last week.
They did. I just think South Carolina's defense is very good.
fair.
I don't know.
Wow.
It's an upset, but I hope they can pull it off.
I know it's one upset, but the other game that stuck out to me was Rutgers as an underdog at Nebraska. Rank Rutgers. They need to be ranked.
Yeah, rank Rutgers, man.
Oh yeah.
If
Has to
Is
Rutgers
Nebraska ranked?
if Rutgers wins at Nebraska, they should be a top 17 team next week.
Yeah.
You say top 7?
17.
Oh, they're good, bro. Jeez, dog. Greg Schiano is back.
Of course.
Greg Schiano is back.
Greg
He was
Schiano.
good at Rutgers. He was good originally. I mean, obviously he went from that to the NFL from there to the Buccaneers.
With Tom Brady.
What? It was a Josh Freeman, was it not? Yeah, I also think Syracuse upsets. They're playing somebody tomorrow night.
Who they play?
I'm sure. Syracuse plays UNLV. Oh yeah, Syracuse wins that.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
You
UNLV
don't
is
know.
really
You don't know.
questionable.
You don't know. He's number 24. Kyle McCord. Aren't you guys big Kyle McCord supporters?
Kyle McMid, but he's starting to look good. He's starting to look
We got
good.
Kyle McMid and we got Kyle Honda Accord. Which one you want?
Oh man,
No,
That's
but
crazy.
he's been balling out this year,
Yeah.
honestly.
he has with Franny Brown, right? That's right. Fran Brown is right too.
Brand Brown, yeah,
In
he's
Georgia.
out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the other slates, bro. Some of these lines, like these betting lines, are crazy.
What you see?
Like, if I was a betting man, Baylor minus 12 at Iowa State, they cover.
I saw that.
They definitely
Yeah, I saw
cover.
that earlier.
They may
I may
lose, but they'll cover the 12.
Well,
Yeah.
is DeQuan Finn playing or is he still hurt?
I don't know.
Because if he's playing, I think Baylor could upset
He's
Iowa State.
questionable. I don't know, bro.
If he plays, Baylor upsets them. If he's out, Iowa State wins.
Clemson's only a 14.5 point favorite over Florida State.
I see. If I was a betting man, I'd also hammer that.
With what?
Clemson covers.
Glenn Brock.
Oh yeah, Glenn Brock.
Brock Glenn. Is it Brock Glenn? Or Glenn Brock?
Brock Glenn.
Brock Glenn, yeah, bro. DJ's hand is hurt.
His head.
Yeah, hand is hurt.
Yeah, his whole arm hurt because
Both. Yeah. At least he's happy.
all right. Let's wrap it up with talking about how we feel about our respective teams at this point of the season. So Texas is on a bye week this week. Obviously has OU next week in Red River. Oregon plays at Michigan State here on what is it? Friday night. Friday night, and then LSU is off as well.
They're off. We have a bye. Then we host Ole Miss next week.
Okay. Jacob, how do you feel about your LSU Tigers up to this point in the season?
I feel good. I really do. The USC game was weird because the defense played really well. But
I will say this: LSU and USC played today. I think LSU beats them by 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
I will say the Harold Perkins injury is a blow. It is, but I know it was South Alabama, but Whit Weeks played a lot more, and Whit Weeks needed to play a lot more. But him and Greg Penn was good. I mean, Whit was flying around, but the defense has looked good, and the offense is clicking. We're starting to click, so I feel good. I do. I know this is going to sound crazy because when you look at the schedule that we have left, I mean, every game is legitimately winnable. If we win the Alabama game, I think we win out. I really do. Because I think we beat Ole Miss, we beat Arkansas, beat A&M, then Bama, and we finished the year with Florida, Vandy, and Oklahoma. And I think the offense is starting to click at the right time.
Yeah.
And
Caden Durham.
Caden Durham is a big change. And the crazy thing to me, not crazy, the interesting thing about that is the D-line, because Jacoby and Gilroy tore his Achilles. 3 freshmen have been rotating at D-tackle. Donovan McKinley, Ahmad Bro, and Gabriel Gabriel Railford, and then there's a freshman safety in Caden Durham. And Brian Kelly has never played young guys. He's never that's been his golden rules. He does not play freshmen. But he's changed that even the last 2 years really. But he's changed that's why Whit Weeks wasn't an every down linebacker. But he's changed that this year. And I feel like that's really flipped a switch with this team and kind of ignited a fire because it's the spark we needed, and everything's clicking at the right time. I feel like
Really good. Oh yeah, he's leading y'all in tackles right now. Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah, Weeks. Oh yeah, he's a stud.
Okay.
His older brother's gonna be the one that's gonna be playing more because Harold Perkins is out. West Weeks.
Transfer from West Virginia,
He's a
right?
transfer from West Virginia. This is his second year. No, this is his third year at LSU. He's never really played much, but he played when he was at West Virginia, and he's a serviceable linebacker for sure.
Cool. Okay. Overall, feeling good about your team, man.
Facts. It's the
How you
best way
feeling?
to feel.
Ducks.
Oh man,
Shaky
good.
start. How you think?
Shaky start, but that was actually the very first thing I had written down. This is gonna be our first week fully healthy, minus we still don't have our right guard, Matthew Bedford. Sorry, left guard. Can I see that? Pull up the stats real fast. But he's returning. We did shake up our O line after week 1 and 2, which has been better. Dylan Gabriel hasn't been pressured or sacked as much. But aside from him, that's the only guy we're missing. So this will be the first week where we're fully healthy. Jeffrey Boston said he's not, his ankle's fine.
Jeff, that's the best player on the Oregon Ducks.
Our defense is flying around this year. This might be Dan Lanning's third year. This might be the best defense I've seen as an Oregon fan. Between just the D line, the 4 linebackers that we play. Bryce Bocher, he's been starting with Jeffrey Bossa. He got drafted by the Astros in the 13th round. He signed with them, so he thinks he'll play for them, not during football season, which is dope. And he's been just incredible. The D line, 2 transfers at D tackle. Actually, one of them's from Michigan State, Derek Harmon. But they've been really good in the secondary. Has been good. It's a lot of transfers. This is their first or second year there, but it's well put together. Obviously, Dan Lang, as a Georgia's DC, is going to have the defense right, but the biggest X factor, we lost Bo Nix.
Yeah.
And I think the offense showed that the first few weeks. But Dylan Gabriel, I've always been a fan of his. He's very efficient. He's not as explosive as Bo Nix was on the ground, but he was, 9-1 passing, 82% completion percentage, which is insane, 82%. I think if he can just stay efficient and finish with 30 and 3, that would be good enough because our ground game is all of you. It's the best duo in the nation with Jordan James and Noah Whittington.
Okay.
So I think as long as we don't turn the ball over in the air, which Dylan Gabriel won't, control the clock with the run, defense will play well, and then you have the receivers that are explosive enough with Taz Johnson, Trayshawn Holden, and Evan Stewart. 2 SEC transfers. Evan Stewart's main and first year, Holden in his second year. But those 3 receivers with Dylan Gabriel, like I said, I think are good enough to not turn the ball over, have explosive plays by setting it up with the run.
Yeah.
And even if for some reason there's a shootout, the offense is explosive enough to compete in those. No issue. But I do think we handle Michigan State played the head coach last year, Jonathan Smith at Oregon State. So Aiden Shield, same QB, same offense, same system. Oh, a different QB, but he was there last year. But he was a backup. But I think we handled. I think we beat OSU back-to-back weeks this week, and then Ohio State next week.
Yeah, Michigan State with OSU.
I'm sorry, OSU. I was talking. Yeah, Michigan State, not Oregon State.
At
We beat them
Purdue,
what 2 weeks ago? Yeah,
Illinois, and Michigan.
That's all wins.
Next 5.
Maryland. Yeah, I'm confident in all of those. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go. I'm confident in all of those. Ohio State. Yeah, I'm so excited for that game. That's gonna be a great matchup. And that'll be where we'll really see. I think we beat them, but I think we're really gonna see how ready Oregon is for the Big Ten.
Yeah.
But I believe in Dan Lanning, that offense. That staff. They've been building in the trenches.
The games are won at
And Michigan. Michigan. Yeah. My biggest worry is Wisconsin. I don't know. You brought that up earlier.
Where's the game? Is it at camp? Is it in Camp Randall?
Yeah.
That's a tough place. That's a tough place.
They don't have Tyler Van Dyke anymore.
Why not? Oh yeah, he'd season
He's hurt for the year.
They have last year's starter. Yeah, it is. I looked it up last week.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have it.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm super confident. I think it's as good of a chance as we have to win it all. And then we'll have Dante Moore next year at QB.
Feeling really good. Man, I think
What about UT?
I'm feeling really good too, man. This past week against Mississippi State was our struggle game because, all these top teams have had at least a game where they've had, why is this game like a one-score game in the first half? Like, okay, relax, calm down. Finally had our struggle game after just, destroying everybody in our path up to this point. The first half of Mississippi State was really weird. We were up 7-6. We scored on the first possession of the game. And then we didn't score again until the possession right before halftime. So that mid period, that lull we had, Mississippi State had 2 field goals. The crazy part is you would think that, okay, why did they only have 7 points at the end of the first half? You probably would think Arch is not playing well. Arch played great. He had 5 incompletions, and he wasn't an issue at all. But
he's been very well.
Oh yeah,
been very well.
Jaden Blue fumbled. We were going into the red zone. He fumbles the ball. His fumbling issues is popping back up from last year. He fumbled again. He fumbled to start the second half on the first possession, so we had to bench him after that drive. Jonte Cook dropped a wide open bomb for a touchdown over the top. And that's 3 possessions. You just wipe points off the board immediately. And then on top of that, we had 8 penalties, which is by far our
Yikes.
It's the Cowboys?
Man, terrible. It was one drive in the third quarter where we actually went down and scored. It might have been in the fourth quarter where we went down and scored, and we had 4 or 5 penalties on that drive that set us back, but we still overcame it. Had a penalty again, we had to overcome it. So if we get out of our own way on offense, we're fine. Now there have been some stuff I'm not liking from the offensive line. A little too jittery. I don't know if that's because Arch is, calling the shots back there, and they're not really used to his timing and cadence. I'm not sure if that's the case, or the O-line is just, I don't know, out of sorts for a little bit. Our running game is not as good as it should be. I know Sark likes to run the ball a little bit more than what people probably see from the outside looking in. We could be a better rushing team, and then on the flip side, I think we can be a better run defense team. There was a couple of run plays that got out there on us from Mississippi State. Now they changed their whole game plan. Obviously, they're like a veer and shoot type offense, but they lost their quarterback, completely switched their offense to strictly run heavy team, and
They lost our
we
TV.
let a
Go ahead.
couple runs slip. But I like how we tightened up in the second half, and man, that boy Colin Simmons.
Oh,
He's a
bro.
star.
People
Nah.
talk about all these other freshmen, but Colin Simmons is right up there with them. But he doesn't get that love. He has
Yeah.
4 sacks already in his freshman year. He had a forced fumble on Saturday, a strip sack, and countless tackles for losses already. That man is and that was one of our biggest weaknesses for so many years has been edge play.
Mm-hmm.
Edge play.
Facts.
Obviously, we had Sweat and Murphy in the middle last year, but edge play was something we always struggled with. And finally seeing someone that can just beat your guy off the edge without having a blitz or any, just I'm gonna beat your guy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time in Texas, and it's refreshing to see Colin Simmons doing what he's doing, man. And overall, I think our defense is really solid. We don't give up cheap shit in the pass game, which I really love. I think we're really tied together on that end of the ball. So, I mean, I'm feeling really good about us as well. Um, next couple games are it's going to tell us everything we need to know
I
about
agree.
OU. Throw the record out the books. Throw
Mm-hmm.
how bad OU's offenses looked out the books. Because Texas has been a 1-4 team and came into Red River and beat a Baker Mayfield and Mark Andrews OU team. Like it
It's a
really does.
rivalry.
Like
Nothing matters
it
besides
doesn't.
that.
So we're 1-4. We come in there, we beat Baker Mayfield and Mark Andrews and all these guys. So that's gonna tell us everything we need to know. And then the next week at Georgia, it's gonna tell us everything we need
Ooh.
to know. Well, at home versus Georgia is gonna tell us everything we need to know. Obviously, Georgia I think is gonna play a lot better in the first half of the game than they did against Bama. Because I promise you, if they go down 28-0 to us, Sark's killing them. These boys.
Yeah.
That's what's
Quinn,
gonna happen.
Quinn's
Georgia's,
gonna be back for that game, right?
I think it's gonna be a dog fight all the way through. After that, rest of our schedule is really, really manageable up until A&M at Vandy, which is going to be our first road game since all the way back in Michigan. We don't even play Vandy till the end of October. Florida at home, they're terrible. Arkansas
Oh no.
concerns me a little bit just because it's a really tough environment for Texas to go into. Kentucky, and then at A&M, obviously that's another one where you kind of throw the record out the books. But
That's the
yeah,
first
I think the
matchup in so long, too.
That's right.
yeah, man. Whew.
That's gonna be Texas will win.
Should we go?
No, that's still gonna be so expensive.
We'll see, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun
Yeah.
for. Oh yeah, let's end it off with top Heisman's right now.
Oh, bet. I was hoping I'll get this down. Yeah, I love seeing UT be good again. I
It's
grew up
just
a
better for it's better
heavy
for
fan
college
watcher.
football too.
Yeah.
Just Texas being and bro, not only that for the S like
Hook 'em, right, Jake? Hook 'em.
Hook
yeah,
'em, Jacob.
I can't, I
Do
can't,
it!
I
Do
can't.
it!
No, no, but just for the SEC, like I think Oklahoma will end up being fine, just because they're still
No.
Oklahoma. But Texas,
They
like
won't.
now, just makes the SEC so like the SEC just like if you look at it top to bottom, like it's crazy. Like people always say, oh, the Big Ten. Like if you really look at the Big Ten and the SEC top to bottom and like look at like teams like overall, like match them up, the SEC is honestly significantly better. And Texas just makes the conference like, bro, the conference is just crazy, and the no divisions like it's generally just the two best teams. Like
That's what I'm most excited
conference
for.
games
Yeah.
have always been important, But this year in conference games, like you can't even slip up. Like the slightest slip up could cost you a shot at the title. Like you were saying with Georgia earlier. Like this isn't the East anymore. You got to play everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Like you got Bandy still.
Like,
No, dude. I told you, Bandy's my sleeper in SEC.
I know this is gonna sound crazy, bro, but like Oklahoma might have the hardest schedule in the SEC. Like they really might.
No, I think Florida begs to differ.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh my God.
Florida's is bad. Yeah,
Oh,
A&M.
you need to.
Yeah, so the Heisman.
Yeah.
Wrapping up this thing, guys. Top 3 to 4 guys on y'all's Heisman list right now, in order.
I wrote 5 down.
Okay.
I'm gonna go from 5 up. Um, at 5, I'm looking at the stats. If he can maintain it and they go they go far in the SEC, like to contend for the title game. Garrett Nussmeier's having a good
Yo,
season.
the nuts
Yeah.
bus, baby.
He has 16 with 4 and like 1,400 yards. At 4 is Dylan Gabriel. He started the year as a preseason favorite. Uh, he's been good. 3 is Cam Ward. He's just been too electric. And then, but I think at the end of the day, it's a 2-man race. I do. But I have Travis Hunter finishing second in the Heisman this year. As crazy as he is and as crazy of a season as he's having finishing second, if he maintains that, Ashton Genty will shatter records
Ashton,
and rushing, and he's just
what does he have? 13 touchdowns already?
800
You know
yards.
what the craziest thing about that is too? Their first game against Charlotte, he only played the first half, and he only
Yeah.
had 130 rushing yards and no touchdowns.
Such a disappointment.
It's
Such.
dude,
What the hell?
that's like 12 touchdowns and like 730 yards in the last 3 games.
Like,
That's just
He's
like
averaging.
he torched Oregon.
He's averaging. Yeah, I know. I watched the game. He's averaging 211 yards per game. He has 845 yards on only 82 attempts.
That's like 7 yards.
how
10.3
many yards
yards a
carry?
carry.
Yeah.
10.3 yards. So he's averaging a first down a
He has
carry.
82
and
carries.
13 touchdowns.
First down and carry.
82 carries, bro.
I'm saying, but
No,
to be fair,
fumbles.
I think another reason I think he wins the Heisman is I think Boise State's only loss is to Oregon, and they do get into playoffs as the highest group of 5.
Yes.
Because they look good. Their defense is a very good. I feel like they have a very good defense, especially for the Mountain West. And the Mountain West preseason defensive player of the year. And they talk about that during the game. Sorry, just ramble.
I have. I'm gonna will it down to 3 names.
Yeah.
For now, Cam Ward would be 4, by the way.
Yeah,
But
same for me, but
Cam Ward would
I
be
only
4.
have 3.
But my top 3 in order would be number 3, Jalen Milroe.
I like
Uh,
it.
he has 2. I think he has 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in each game. I don't know if he had 2 rushing touchdowns in the Georgia game, but I know he had 1 at least. Just see if I can pull it up. But
I got you.
I take it back. I put Jalen Miller out at 4 ahead of Garrett Nussmeier's off the list and Dylan Gabriel's at 5.
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
He did have 2 and 2 against Georgia.
Yeah, bro.
so in
He's
every
the
season
real deal.
so far, he has had
Yeah.
at least 2 and 2.
Yeah.
So the production is there. The moment is there. The throw to Ryan Williams. The moment's there now. has a complete total command of the offense. Like
Mm-hmm.
just a complete 180 from what we saw last September from
It's
Jalen
crazy.
Milrow.
Yeah.
Remember, he got benched and all of
Mm-hmm.
that, and
I feel like
crazy.
that's just the Bama tradition, right? Like you start, you're great, you get benched,
You get benched, you
you
come
come
back.
back. Jalen Hurts to
Yeah, Milrow.
Jalen Noble.
He's really doing his thing. He's at 3. 2, I'd put Ashton Genty at number
Okay, yeah.
2. And then Travis
Travis.
number
Bro,
1.
he's crazy.
Like
He's just
you can put
insane.
in a parlay that he's either going to get a touchdown or interception in every single game, and he's probably going to do it. He's probably going to do both.
Yeah, yeah.
And like
He
we've never seen anything like that, like
We
this
haven't.
full time, both sides of the ball.
he's a Shohei Ohtani of college football.
Mhm. Yeah, Travis won for me.
He's cracked.
Oh,
He's funny. He's funny too.
oh, he is funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with. It's funny because I got the same 3 as you, Jimmy, and I have Cam Ward at 4. But mine's a different order. I got
Same order, different
Travis.
order.
What's up?
You said same order or different order?
It's a different order, but the same top 3.
Same floor. Okay.
Because I got Cam Ward at 4, and at 3 I got Travis.
Ooh.
Right. He's. I don't know. If he can keep scoring touchdowns, I think he'll finish top 2. But the
Okay.
way this dude covers the flat zone is gonna feed families, bro. Like his instincts on defense are so fast. Like
Yeah.
he'll be a corner in the league. And I think Richard Sherman said it perfectly the other day. He said he's a special corner. He's a good receiver. And in the league, he can reset the market at corner. At
He's
receiver,
gonna.
he
Yeah, at
won't be able
least
to
give
get a
him
big deal.
Yeah. He's gonna be a
I
corner.
think I think
at least give him like 10, 12 snaps a game at
oh, yeah,
receiver.
you can, yeah. Or just let him be your return man. Just put him in
Nah,
space.
bro. I want to see. We
In
want
the,
to
in
see
the
him catch a
NFL, think about what the NFL, the new return rule, just put him in space.
He can still be a return
But
man.
at 2, I got Ashton Genty.
Yo, Ashton.
And then at 1, I have Milrow at 1. I just think if he keeps like this pace, he may not do the 2 and the 2, but if he gets like continues 3 or more total touchdowns every game, I think the Heisman would be his to lose. Because I think at that point, Bama would probably be undefeated and probably the number 1 team in the country. And at that
No.
point, it'll go to him over Genty just because who they did it against. I feel like.
Pat, you said Genty at 1.
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
it. So we all had
I did.
Genty.
But I have the counter to that.
It's all good.
That I think Genty wins the Heisman because he plays into the
No,
playoffs.
that's fair. That's fair. But I'm not saying I have no argument with what he's
No,
doing.
you just looked at me and you said, "Dude, you did wrong."
No, I didn't.
Man, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but it'll be fun to see the whole season down the line, like the race.
Facts.
'Cause I think it's open between those 4 for sure. Like any 4 of those guys can win.
I think everything this year in college football is wide open, man. I mean
Yeah.
that the playoffs, like the 12 teams, it's opened it up completely.
The
Open.
12
Yeah.
team playoff. Yeah, it's always wild in that NCAA regular season.
Well, all right, y'all. That's gonna wrap up this first episode of CFB Enthusiasts. This was a pretty fun episode, man. Hopefully able to get more in the future. But yeah, this should be a good week of college football once again. Week 6 coming up, starting to really heat up conference play. Got our upset of the weekend. Got our picks of the week. How we feeling about our teams? Our early Heisman rankings. So I'm feeling good, man. Any last words from y'all?
It was a good time. I'm looking forward to doing it.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm excited. College football is just gonna start.
Best sport in the world, right?
Like best sport in the world. Like Coach Sanchez said, it's back for vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited though. It's gonna be a 12-team playoff, a lot of parity. So I'm excited to see how the first 12-team playoff plays out.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode, y'all. If y'all watching this, please give a like, share, and subscribe to the pod. Also follow the Instagram page. It's gonna be probably down below. CFB Enthusiasts, same thing as the YouTube. So other than that, we are out. Peace.
See ya.
Oh, we all gotta do our thing. I gotta do this. Pat, you gotta.
Yeah, I love it.
There you go.
Hey.
Bet.